Hello and welcome Infiniteers, this is James from iHeartInfinity.com and today we'll be taking a look at Yoda. So, as per usual, let's go ahead and talk about the history of Yoda. He first appeared in The Empire Strikes Back and went on to appear in Return of the Jedi, where he also sadly passed away. Now, he did come back and appear in the prequel movies, all three of them as a matter of fact, and played major roles in the second and third one. In addition to that, he is a regular character on the Clone Wars television show, and I believe he made a brief cameo appearance in Rebels. I might be wrong about that, so don't quote me on that. So then let's go ahead and talk about compatibility. Now, like the other Star Wars characters, Yoda is of course only usable in Disney Infinity 3.0. You can't use him in 1.0 or 2.0. He should be forwards compatible though, so future versions of the game will be fine. Now, as a Star Wars character, he is usable in all three of the Star Wars playsets: Force Awakens, Twilight of the Republic, and The Rise Against the Empire. At the time I'm producing this video, Force Awakens is not out yet, however it will be within a couple of days. Now let's see, for Twilight of the Republic, he is available from the very beginning. Don't have to do anything special, you can just plop him on the portal and you're good to go. Rise Against the Empire and Force Awakens, however, you need to get a crossover coin for him. And for Rise Against the Empire, we already have a video up where you can check out how to get his coin, and as soon as Force Awakens is out and we've found the coin, we will produce a video for that as well. And as you would expect, he is also of course usable in all the Toy Box games, including Toy Box Takeover and Toy Box Speedway. And he is pretty awesome at Takeover, by the way. And now also it's worth noting there are two versions of Yoda available at the moment. There's the regular version, and then for $1 more, there is also the light effects variant version of him, which in-game doesn't do anything. However, if you put him on the portal and turn the game on, his lightsaber will start to glow, which looks pretty awesome, but whether or not it's worth the extra $1 is entirely up to you. And if you are a PC player, it is absolutely not worth the extra $1 because there is no difference for you at all. In fact, if you buy the light effects version, the card that you get will come with a code for the regular Yoda. Alright, so let's move on and talk about that most important factor in the character, gameplay. At first appearance, Yoda is a short-range combat specialist. However, as you start building up his skill trees, you will find that he is actually extremely effective at long range as well. Although that's not entirely accurate because what he's good at is closing the distance very quickly from long range to short range, as you've probably seen in the video so far. So let's see, his first move is just a regular lightsaber attack, which can be chained into a combo. Just pay attention to the glowing lightsaber and time your combo attacks. It's a pretty easy one, and it's pretty strong as well. His second attack is a dash. And the dash by itself, it's okay, it just kind of pushes you forward, but once you upgrade it a little bit, you can chain it together with a melee attack immediately following it, and if you continue to hit the melee attack, he will actually jump between opponents rapidly, hitting all of them and doing massive amounts of damage. It looks really cool to pull off, it does a lot of damage, he's hard to hit when it's happening, it's really just... And honestly, it never gets boring. I have been doing that move ever since I got into like level 10 or so, and I could just do it over and over again. Now the other fun part about that is if you get the full combo going, where you dash in and hit a whole bunch of enemies, which really isn't that hard, he will get his Force Finisher move after you've unlocked it, which creates a Force Whirlwind, capturing all the enemies in it, including most bosses, not all, but most. And it does a significant amount of damage to those enemies caught within it. It's a lot of fun to watch, it does a lot of damage, it's really cool. There's really no reason not to use it. Now, lastly, he does have a special attack, just like everyone else, which is basically just a condensed version of his dash and melee attack, so it's just a single button press, which makes it pretty convenient. And you can chain it together really quickly by just tapping the button over and over as long as you have special move charges available for it. Its main advantage over the dash and melee version, though, is it does a larger amount of damage, and against bosses it can be absolutely devastating. Visually, there's nothing that really distinguishes it from his dash attack, and if you've played with Spot, in terms of how it looks, how it acts, it's very similar. However, His advantage over Spot is that I think it does a little bit more damage, and even if it doesn't, he has the ability to have more charges. I think it's maybe up to 15 charges, and each one of those can take down most enemies in 1 or 2 hits. Bosses go down in 6 or 7. So the bottom line here is Yoda is a very fast, very agile, very powerful character who's frankly a lot of fun to play with. I think that most people who are going to be playing the Star Wars playsets will find something to like with Yoda. He is worth picking up, especially if you can find him on sale, which is pretty frequent these days. The real question is, do you want to get the light effects version or the regular edition? Again, if you're a PC player, just stick with the regular edition. But if you want to see that cool Yoda lightsaber lighting up on the portal, then maybe think about picking up light effects. But at the end of the day, if you are at all a Star Wars fan, if you are at all a fan of Yoda, definitely pick this figure up. He is awesome. You will not regret it. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. We'll let Yoda destroy the rest of these bad guys. Thanks guys for watching, and I will have more videos up soon.